I have a book that I want to recommend as well. It's called Integrative Nutrition by Joshua Rosenthal. I haven't finished reading it yet, but I really like it because it's not just a diet book, but it talks about dietary theory. It talks about that not one diet is perfect for everyone and that everyone is unique. So, like for me, while my program of eating 40% carbs, 40% proteins, 20% fats, eating 3,600 calories works very well for me, it might not work very well for you. And there might be certain foods, like I have salmon, and that's a great way for me to get fish in my diet, but maybe salmon just does not feel very good for you. Maybe after you eat it, you have some indigestion. And so while the precision nutrition program with Bardati is very number based, it has a lot of statistics that I use. Sometimes the best plan is the mirror check, which is look in the mirror, seeing how you look, listening to your body, and based on that, that's how you're going to determine your nutrition plan. Um, I also like this book because it's not just talks about diet. They talk about just overall health. So while an eating plan and a diet is very important, they also talk about the need for having happy relationships. And that's just not with a significant other, but that's with friends and family. They talk about having a fulfilling career or fulfilling work. They talk about having a regular exercise routine. That doesn't have to be just a weight training program or running. That just means some type of physical activity that you enjoy and that you'll do regularly. And then having a spiritual practice, and that doesn't always mean going to a place where it's a structured environment and that it's a place where you go to worship. Some people can just be atheists, and the spiritual practice might just be going outside, going for a walk, going to the beach, and just recognizing that there's more to this world than just you, and just looking at life as a whole. So I really enjoyed reading those parts, that there's not just one thing to do to live a better life and have overall health, because if some of those other things are lacking, that could also have severe health effects as well. They have, and I'll just read these out loud, an integrative nutrition plan. They have 12 steps. Some I do, some I don't. Some actually conflict with the plan that I'm doing now of trying to gain more lean muscle mass. One, drink more water. Two, practice cooking. With my eating plan, I've become quite the cook. There's a lot of trial and error, but I've been pretty impressed myself with some of the stuff I've been able to make. Um, Three, increase whole grains. Four, increase sweet vegetables. Five, increase leafy green vegetables. Six, experiment with protein. Seven, and this is probably the biggest confliction with what I'm doing now to what this book is recommending: eat less meat, dairy, sugar, and chemicalized artificial junk foods. Consume less coffee, alcohol, and tobacco. Coffee is going to be, for me personally, the biggest challenge. I used to not be a coffee drinker, but now I probably drink a cup of coffee just once a day. That probably is the one thing that I consume that after I drink it, uh, an hour, 2 hours later, I come down pretty hard off it and I do get tired. And I think that is something that I do need to get out of my diet personally. I drink it midday. It's not something for me to wake up with. It just gives me that extra boost midday. And I think that'll be probably my biggest challenge in terms of my eating plan, of something that I just need to eliminate. Uh, Eight, develop easy and reliable habits to nurture your body. There's one thing that they talked about which I started doing, which is just taking a rag, a warm washcloth, and just rub that down off on your body. It kind of gives you a revitalizing type feel. It's really good to do right before you go to bed because it helps me sleep better. And so just simple things like that. They talk about having a hot water bottle to put on your stomach right when you're going to bed. So just things to help nurture your body. 9, have healthy relationships that support you. 10, find physical activity you enjoy and do it regularly. 11, find work you love or a way to love the work you have. And then 12, develop a spiritual practice, which is stuff that I've talked about just a little bit ago. So again, nutrition to me is huge. I want to share what I'm doing. I'll let you know how some of the stuff that I'm intaking my body and removing from my diet, how I'm feeling from that, and maybe you can take some pointers and apply that to your own life. Thank you.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are all happy and free. These days are all, share them with me. Goodbye gray sky, hello blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. Feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week.